I think we've got enough going on. We're costing 425 per hour with the cultivating contract. I'm doing this one, so that's saving me a little bit of money. 425 an hour. I guess we're okay for now. Is there any more here? No, this is the absolute end. You know what I'm going to do? Pick it up. We're going to grab what's in the corner there. So that can be mine. Then we'll come back and do that. That row. There we go. So that's all mine. I think we covered most of the rest of the field. It's actually, I'm going to back us up a little here. Should catch all of it, yeah. So, as I said, one of the advantages of this not being full width of the header does mean gives me a little bit of play on a end of row turnaround. I wonder if it would have worked for a worker. Don't know. Oh, hang on, there's a whole lot more over there. Oh. We have got everything there, so that's good. Said we're 32% shipping, so next one will be 48. Transporting. Then after this, which will be a while, coming up to 10 o'clock, so a couple of hours, we'll go have lunch, and then I'm going to go and work in the basement for a few hours. Then I'll have a shower before we go to eat spaghetti. The basement, not very clean. Or at least the floor's very dusty, but it's kind of difficult to keep it clean. Every time the kids go and play in the backyard, we get leaves everywhere and dust and stuff, so it's a constant battle cleaning it up. Plus I'm drilling holes in wood and sawing wood and all sorts of fun stuff like that, so although now that we're getting close to running trains, I do want to make sure I keep it a little cleaner than I have been. I don't have a shop vac. I could do with a shop vac. Then I can sweep as I go. I do have a couple of little handheld vacuums which I can use to clean the bench when it gets dirty. Also can't remember if I took out all the pins from track laying last night. I think I did. I laid the last piece of track at lunchtime yesterday. So by the evening everything was stuck down and good. Which isn't too bad. It's 14th, it was the 13th yesterday. Oh, Friday the 13th, and nobody made a big deal about it. Well. But yes, I had, so my goal was to have the first circle of track laid before the beginning of June, which I think I did manage that. And then the second goal is actually to run some trains before the end of this month, before the end of June, is the current goal. I think I'm pretty good there. Obviously, I've got the startings of the electrics wired. There's a lot more to go, but I can do most of that on my own. It's just crawling around, screwing terminal blocks into the bottom of the benchwork and attaching the droppers to that, and then the other bit is attaching the terminal blocks to the bus. That does take a little bit longer. I am going to need some more for that. Okay, what do I need? Lift that. Turn that off. We are going motoring. I'm going to put this at the top. We'll fill it up, which, we're not going to head down the field very far to do that. And we can bring the truck up here and empty it. So, do that. Do that. And here we go. This should be full. Pretty sharpish. 6, 7, 8, 9. Little bit so we don't end up with a piece of missed crop. And back in the truck. So we have about 3,000 litres space on this. I think there's a bit of a bulge on this row. Not looking too bad at this point, but right here, front of the truck now, not sure the harvest header's going to reach that, so I might need to scooch over a bit and back up. There is a little bit in the middle. I think there is a lip just pulling onto the road, which is what the truck got sort of hooked up on last time. I have to drive in and out diagonally across there. Anyway, that's good. So cultivating 75% done. We'll be able to finish. Should finish. What are we doing? We're 53. This is our third trip. So we've got 3 more trips. I think cultivating should be done. Next time we need to come over here and empty. There's about 19,000 litres in the harvester at the moment. 18,000 litres, and that's just not going to work. I'll just drive through the hedge because I'm sure the council workers will love to come and repair all these hedges I've decimated with a big giant American truck. Alrighty. That should be good. Oh. Looks like okay, I have to wait until that door shuts before I can select the next hopper. So you'll see that's unloading at the back. That door will close. Once it is closed, I can select front, back, side, middle, end. Oh, I see. That pathway there takes us to that farm. Well, that's kind of weird, because obviously there's a entrance here too. Okay. Let's get down to here. See the harvester again. So, big giant load this time. Go, 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 stop. Okay. Back to the harvester, yes. Okay, 11,000 litres. What? Oh, you have not enough room. Do that in the middle. Do that. Do that. Do that. Okay. I think I want to go this way a little bit. Up. And that's good. Okay, so we've got all of it. How's our cultivating? 80% done. We might get going well, I'm not sure. I mean, this is a big field, so the turnarounds have been quick regardless of how frequently we have to do them, because we spend predominant amount of our time going forwards in a row. Smaller fields, turning around at the ends really can slow things down a lot. Depends on your worker or you. But this is a nice big harvester. The other thing we could do, I don't think I've added it in, but I could do swathing and picking up using the MacDon pack. I mean, I figured I was going to buy a FS25 anyway, so buying it and getting the pre-release, pre-order, pre-release bonus pack, I'm not averse to doing that. It doesn't cost me any more money, so that's a good thing. But this year I'm not going with the season pass, because like as I've said before, I don't always make use of everything that comes out. Predominantly, I'm finding there is one DLC pack that meets my preferred farming setup. So something that contains a ton of mowers, baling equipment. So I think Farm Sim 19, I think we got the round baler and wrapper in one combo. Might have been Farm Sim 17, I think it was Farm Sim 19. No, it probably was Farm Sim 17, we got the baler wrapper. And then Farm Sim 20, Farm Sim 19, we got the fast bale. So it's the small equipment, small planters. A pack that contains a lot of low horsepower small planters and seeders and fertilizing equipment, all sorts of stuff like that. Yes, I like that because I'm going to make use of it because it's the sort of farms I play. But big bud, no. Forestry, no. Potato harvesting, sugar beet harvesting, not so much. I'll buy the Platinum DLC, but even doing that, it's not cost effective compared with you buy the season pass, you get all of the DLC, but it's effectively buy 3 get 1 free. And if I'm not buying, if I'm not going to play with 2 of them, it's a false economy. Admittedly, I can say, I'm buying the season pass, so that's 1 payment. And then I just get DLC over the course of the year, whereas if you're waiting for it, then buying the DLC as it comes out, I might not have the money that month to do it. Especially not with all the stuff I'm doing in the basement at the moment. That can, one order can cost $100. So, and this time around, I ordered the 2 switches that I bought wrong. So they're like, I think they're about $30 each or something like that. It might have been $30 for two. But at that point, it's sort of, well, if I'm shipping stuff from England, I've got to pay the shipping anyway. So long as I'm buying a bunch of small things, then I should buy a bunch of small things and justify the percentage devoted to shipping is less the more you buy. So if I buy $30 worth of stuff and then pay $15 in shipping, that's 50% of a 50% increase for the shipping. If I buy $100 of small stuff, pay $15 for shipping, then that's 15% rather than 50% was the cost of shipping. So, and if I spread it out, then month one I buy $30 of stuff plus $15 shipping is almost $50. And then the next month I buy $30 of stuff and $15 of shipping, then we're up to $45 again. And I'm paying shipping on everything I ship, so I might as well, I'll just save up, I'll order all the things in 1 month and pay the shipping once rather than once for each thing. So I'm always looking at, okay, I'm in desperate need of this because I can't continue right now. So it's holding me up. So I'll buy this and I can see that sometime soon I'm going to need these other things. So I'll buy those as well right now so that I'm not held up next month when they become a critical need thing. Okay, go find my truck. That's not my truck, that's my truck. So yeah, stuff is coming. I was planning to buy a new locomotive this month, which would have, including shipping and all the rest of it, was getting on for $300. But the manufacturer just said, we've had a chat with our production facility. This is the first time we've actually used this production facility, and the wiring sucks. They basically explained it. If you take the top off and want to add a speaker or add a control chip or something like that, the wiring is so horrendous. It's not easy to get the top back on again. And various other issues, there's just too much wires. They can get crimped in between the chassis and the shell, and they just weren't happy. So they went and had a talk to the designer and said, look, we need to clean this up, find somewhere tidy to put the speakers, find somewhere tidy to put the capacitors, and so that's taking a little bit of a rework. So this was supposed to be released in February this year, and they said, the model is not up to our standards. Some bits are at an angle that they shouldn't be at, so we're having them redesign the molding to fix that particular issue. So it's not coming in February, it will come in second quarter. Oh, this is the last month of the second quarter. And so they put out a notice, we're redoing the electrics, the layout of the electrics inside the model. And we are stuck on something. So it's not coming out till third quarter. possibly that'll put it back to maybe August, maybe September. So, good grief, really. I'm going to have to get out and lift this thing up. I'm guessing it's that. It's just having an issue. And there we go. So yeah, so that's $300 I'm not spending this month because it's not coming. That's including the shipping. So I got the quote because I was it was one of those, I don't know if I want one of these because it was announced after the model that's getting delivered in fourth quarter this year, so October, November, December. I'm already expecting a model in at the end of the year, and it was just, I don't know. Yeah, this other one got announced, and I was like, I'm not sure either I want that one, but decided.